when I started in insurance, now like 13, 14 years ago, I started in claims, did a little bit of claims, then I went to underwriting. And I remember very clearly in underwriting at a very major carrier, a very major U.S. carrier, not a lot of international operation, but a very major U.S. carrier. Uh, in company meetings, kind of hearing this. So we've had uh, six of the worst catastrophe loss years we've had in the last 50 years in the last 10.
Yeah.
uh, but we're we're sure that this is not a trend, right? And so the elephant in the room in my on my side is the insurance industry is run by very conservative people, and conservative people in the U.S. Uh, Many of them, at least back in that day, were not believers in the science of climate change, of global warming, what we used to call it. Uh, so there was, I believe, and I was very entry level at this time, but I believe that a lot of those executives were under a lot of pressure to not talk about climate change. And so I remember raising my hand at several meetings as an entry level underwriter and being like, well, are we preparing just in case this is the new normal, right? Like, regardless of what's causing it, like, I just want to know that I'll have a job
Mhm.
if this continues to happen, right? Because and what I was thinking myself is everything I'm reading is that like this is climate change. We're causing it, and we're not doing enough to stop it, and it's only going to get worse. I want to make sure that my paycheck is safe, right? The company's not going to go out of business 10 years from now because of not preparing properly. And the answer I used to get was, we're preparing just in case, right? And then fast forward, I don't know, 6 or 7 years from that, and I became a CPCU, became super active with the CPCU Society. A few years before COVID, maybe 2017 sounds about right. Maybe 2017, the CPC Society actually had a speaker at the large conference from NASA, and I can't remember the woman's name, but essentially what I remember of her presentation is her being like this is not how she put it. This is what I understood. You morons, this is real. This is not politics. This is science, and this is going to severely affect you and your companies. And since then, insurance companies have become a lot more uh, active in making sure that they have this right. They're still doing stupid crap like underwriting dirty fuels, and investing in dirty fuels, which is like, in my opinion, or in my understanding, basically like the right hand trying to underwrite more carefully and reserve more carefully and model more carefully, while the left hand makes the whole thing worse, right? But hopefully I'm wrong in that. And I do think as a society and as any insurance employees who are listening to this, encourage your companies to not do that, right? Europeans carriers seem to be doing a lot better in backing away from that kind of investment.